An increased and special grace that the Lord is granting you.
When you go through diverse tests, count it all joy. It's for your promotion. Count it all joy. It's for your increase. Count it all joy.
Pastor Chris Oyakhilome of Believers Love World Church became a global sensation following his many preaching on healing and prosperity across nations of the world. One thing that gave the pastor so much prominence in Nigeria is his unorthodox explanation of the scriptures and his constant call on the need for Christians to see themselves as rich and well, not only in Christ, but in the world generally. On gaining many grounds in Nigeria, the pastor became very famous and arguably considered as one of the many wealthy pastors in Africa, with an estimated $30 to $50 million to his name according to Forbes in 2011. While the love for the pastor continues to grow in Nigeria and across the globe, the pastor has been tied to some drama in the past, from methods of teaching and interpreting the Bible to his divorce in 2016. However, attention is shining upon him following some concerns he has raised in recent time, as he has opened a conversation that addresses the conspiracy theory of the New World Order.
I put it NWO, New World Order. Now, there's several groups that are interested in the New World Order. And this is something that's been planning for many years. It's not new. For many years. There's several groups that have been involved with this. They've been working on it to bring in a new world order. And the main theme is one world. One world. That's what they want. That's the main theme. One world. They want everything to become one. One world government. I told you the other day, one world government. One world.
According to the pastor, the coronavirus was a man-made virus caused by the 5G to fulfill the plans of those in control in creating a new world order. Wondering what the new world order is? We will get to that shortly. The pastor, sharing a very convincing analysis of the situation, successfully championed the idea in Nigeria that the coronavirus was solely caused by 5G and is leading to a greater evil for humanity, a greater evil that will usher in the Antichrist and the end time.
In Nigeria, for example, the federal government intervened and shut down, they gave total lockdown for Abuja and Lagos, even though the state government already had given their own instructions for a lockdown. But it was not enough. The federal government was pushed to lock down Abuja and Lagos specifically. Why? Because of 5G in Abuja.
Following the lockdown of Lagos, Abuja and Kaduna and the restrictions placed on social gatherings, Pastor also slammed the federal government as he shared that they had planned on installing 5G towers in these locations. For the pastor, 5G is what is killing people and not the coronavirus.
Straight day, some good news, but at the same time, Italy has overtaken China to have the world's highest reported death toll from the coronavirus. More than 3,500 patients have died in Italy, and more than 41,000 are infected.
But how did people respond to this message? While the pastor is not the only one who holds this very controversial point, there are a number of people who believe and share similar opinions. Many have tagged this period as a very scripted era written by those above, and it's no surprise it is all playing out just as they have drafted it. Now let's take a look at what the pastor says more closely.
And how are you going to know now? Because they're on the side of hating the church, persecuting the church, getting angry with those of us who say the whole thing was a fraud, because it was. It's been. It always was.
While for many, the pastor is just concerned as to how this period affects his church because of the restrictions placed on worship places, others still hold closely to the pastor's beliefs that this pandemic was created to instill fear in people, which will ultimately lead to the creation of a new world order. What is the new world order, you may want to ask? The term New World Order has been used to refer to any period of history evidencing a dramatic change in world political thought and the balance of power. Simply put, a world brought together after a series of dramatic events which creates some sort of realization that there is need to be oneness in both political and economic dealings across the world nations. Now, does these theories make any sense? Think of the vaccines and the solutions some world leaders have professed in the past as the pastor has shared, and do the math. That's not where it ends. The first wave of Pastor Chris' take on the coronavirus and 5G was met with many mixed reactions, with many other prominent pastors condemning his decisions to propagate such theories and several reactions on social media. Some condemning his claims and others choosing to side with him under the hashtag I stand with Pastor Chris. But the 5G conspiracy itself wasn't the only curious thing Pastor Chris said, as he also slammed other pastors for closing their churches, saying such leaders were not true Christians, and that no true believer can be afraid of laying hands on coronavirus patients. The flamboyant pastor spawned another conspiracy of epic proportions. What appeared to be a global awareness against racism and white supremacy following the death of George Floyd and many reported cases of police brutality in the US got many people open to discuss a possible solution that ensures the safety of blacks in a world full of racist and white supremacists. However, Pastor Chris had a different take on the movement's agenda.
For example, there are many who don't even understand what's going on in the United States with the riots. It's not about the guy that died. It's not about black folks. It's not about Black Lives Matter. I'll tell you what it's about. And the call for disbanding, abrogation, cancellation, defunding of the police. Why is that? You think it's limited to the United States? No, it's not. Why are they doing it? It's part of the game. I'll tell you what it is. It's simple. Because they want to come in with the alternative method for security. What is that alternative method for security? The total control with the RFID microchip.
While the Black Lives Matter movement is challenging the status quo and societal construct, some of the solutions to the problem actually point towards the central theme of Pastor Chris' argument: control. So, could the man of God be right? Think what you may, but the 21st century and the wide perversion of the internet has created a web of complex issues around privacy, free speech, and ultimately control. Is the pandemic of the coronavirus going to usher in a new era for a new world order? There are a few other conspiracy theorists who have also shared that this period has been designed by those above to usher in the new world order, that Pastor Chris has talked about on too many occasions. As usual, most conspiracy theories that get peddled by people of the Christian faith have to do with the events predicted in the book of Revelations, that speaks of the end of days, 666, the mark of the beast, the rise of a new world power, the rise of the currency for all nations, and other things like that. In the end, the pastor's opinions remain what they are, opinions. But if correct, he could be warning all of us about a deeply intricate scheme that has already forever altered humanity's way of life and may have even more consequences in the future as the world draws to the apocalyptic end predicted in Revelations. Or maybe it's all a hogwash. What do you think? Let us know by using the comment section. Do not forget to hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channels for instant updates.